Hello, and thank you for joining us at HXGN TV. I'm Jay Pongonis, your host, and I'm joined today by Dean McCormick, Regional Manager of Africa and France, Lee Butler, Director of Global Strategic Partnerships, also Marcus Holler, Product Line Director for M.App Enterprise, and Claudio Mingrino, VP of Global Strategic Partnerships. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
I want to talk a little bit about the Hexagon Smart M.Apps. Dean, these have had a very strong showing in Africa. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Jay, absolutely. We recently had the Ignite sessions in Africa, where we hosted at least 2 venues. We saw around 100 participants attending the Ignite, and these were entrepreneurs, innovators, who we invited to these particular sessions. And we saw a tremendous uptake, largely because when you look at Hexagon Smart M.Apps, from our perspective, and in terms of our definition, it's a dynamic application that delivers an information service. And I think that resonates quite well with people in Africa, because typically what they're looking for is content that is alive, that reflects the current environment in which they live in, but also mobility. And I think in Africa, there's a large uptake in mobile applications. We've seen mobility and mobile solutions fairly ubiquitous in the market. If you look at some of the solutions outside of the geospatial arena, particularly in the banking sector, there's been innovators there using mobile technologies to communicate information to their customers. And as a consequence of that, I think we saw a new audience attend those Ignite sessions and understand the power of geospatial as far as mobility is concerned. But also, when you look at the Hexagon Smart M.App, it's also about delivering answers to particular questions. And to deliver that in a dynamic way. There are many challenges in Africa at the moment, whether it be climate change, whether it be food security issues. And when you put these in combination, I think it's a very useful and powerful tool that can really address some of those problems. So from the customer perspective, it really ticks all the right boxes. From the partner perspective, when you look at the tools that are used to build smart M.Apps, it's about giving our partners access to content in an easier way, combining that also with analytics, and as well as workflows, so that when you piece it together and develop and deploy these applications, they're very easy and simple to use. And also because we're looking to reach out to a new developer community beyond the traditional. I think it's, the way it's designed in terms of the graphical element of putting spatial analytics together and workflows, it makes it very easy for them. So, I think it really ticks all the right boxes for partners in Africa, for customers in Africa, because of the way it's deployed, the way it's designed, and the way in which it communicates information.
That's great, thank you. Lee, the UK has also been really strong in following up on innovation. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I'd echo some of Dean's points. Partnering is really important for us in the UK from 2 aspects. I think perhaps different to Africa, being part of Western Europe, we have an aging population, aging infrastructure. Everyone has to do a lot more with a lot less these days. We have budget pressures, etc. So innovation is really important, the way that people can actually generate new business, find new ways to reach new markets, new customers. So we've done that in 2 ways, working with our UK distributor, Sterling Geo. They've been one of the early adopters on our platform for the last pretty much 18 months, really finding new ways to build new apps, smart M.Apps, and taking those to market. And then on the second aspect, we're working with the National Mapping Agency, so Ordnance Survey. They've been around for several hundred years, but innovation is really important to them. They provide the underlying foundation data that is so critical to pretty much the whole UK economy. The importance of location, but taking that to new markets, new customers, smart M.Apps as a platform for them to adopt that technology, or for their partners to adopt the platform as well, allows them to reach those objectives.
That's great. Thank you. Marcus, we've talked a little bit about the Hexagon Smart Map, and those are all about putting those applications on the cloud, but that doesn't always need to be public. Can you tell us a little bit about M.App Enterprise and how that solves that problem?
Yes, of course. Like Lee and Dean already outlined, we have created a lot of good messages around Smart Map, introducing new ways how we're going to present information and so on. But a lot of organizations are not able to leverage the cloud environments. Think about public safety agencies or utility companies and so on. It's not easy for them to put their data in a cloud environment if it comes to privacy or confidential information. For that, we are introducing M.App Enterprise. M.App Enterprise will be your local hosted on-premise version of Smart Map, providing you all the capabilities that you have in the cloud, but also a lot of additional items around Smart Map. Think about in an enterprise environment, you have also to talk about the integration to SAP systems, for example, or the integration to the existing user management, role management, like Active Directory and so on. So all of these aspects are added to the idea of Smart Map, and we're going to productize this as M.App Enterprise.
That's great, thank you. And Claudio, can you tell us a little bit about how M.App Enterprise can benefit system integrators in large enterprises?
For sure. First of all, I believe that what we are building in Hexagon Geospatial globally is going into the direction for fulfilling the needs of the large IT companies and system integrators. We are not talking just about system integrators, also IT companies. IT companies that have used or not used geospatial or GIS technologies in the past. Now location is important for every project. Mission critical solution that the system integrator and the IT companies are addressing location services, needs to deal with the territory, to the dynamic of the territory, the events that are happening. And there are many solutions that are not possible to be deployed or developed or deployed with the standard technologies, the COTS technologies that are expensive, that could be difficult to be implemented, to be integrated, and to allow an integration with their captive system or their proprietary system. So M.App Enterprise is an additional piece that Hexagon Geospatial is bringing on the market for system integrators, especially for system integrators and IT company that now can choose, within a portfolio that is composed by all the puzzle, all the pieces that are needed for composing a complex puzzle, as the system integrator are putting together when they have to deploy applications, solutions, projects, services to their customers. So M.App Enterprise is strategic for us, for our role. We are working with global strategic partners. They have to address multiple kind of needs. Obviously, some of them will be still developed with standard technologies, but with M.App Enterprise, we can provide them an additional tool, both from the technical viewpoint and from the business model viewpoint, because M.App Enterprise is sold as a subscription, so they can develop their applications or solutions on-premise without the need of having a cloud infrastructure, or their customer not having a cloud infrastructure, and exploiting all the power of the $450 million of technology that we developed in the last 50 years in our history, combined history from photogrammetry, desktop system, server, and with new additional functionality for security management, user role management, and these kind of things. So having the possibility to develop solution applications and projects in some cases, using a modern tool, a modern business model, and fulfilling the needs, all the needs that the customer needs.
Great, thank you. Thank you, Claudio Mingrino, Marcus Haller, Dean McCormick, and Lee Butler for being with me today. This has been HXGN TV. If you would like to watch more of these systems, please tune in to hxgntv.com. And if you would like to learn more about Hexagon Geospatial, please go to hexagongeospatial.com. Thank you.